Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariah and Happy New Year because this is the first video in this year. I posted on the community that I was writing my exams, so I would first of all like to apologize for the late upload, and like I said, it was because of my exams. And now that I am finally done with my exams, I decided to make a video. Yay! So the initial plan for today was rewatching an old video, or one of my old videos, where I talked about my New Year goals for 2022, and then I was going to say whether I achieved that goal or not, but I decided not to replay the videos, and I just basically wrote down everything that I said in that video, and then I'm just going to tell you if I achieved it. And of course I'm going to put a video on, a picture somewhere on the screen to basically show you the goals so you know what I'm saying. And then I'm going to talk about goals I have for this year and methods I am using to achieve some of them already. Okay, so the first goal, I have my iPad here and I'm basically going to read or say everything from there. So the first goal was to eat healthy last year, and I would say I did try my best. I wouldn't say I have a sweet tooth, but what I take most of the time is just ice cream sweets, and I did reduce the fizzy drinks I had. But yeah, and then there was a time where I was obsessed with squash and I did overcome that obsession, so I think that's good. But I still feel like there is room for improvement. So eating healthy is also one of my goals for this year, because I do go to the gym. That is my second goal, to like continue that, or that was my second goal for 2022, to continue exercising, because 2022 was when I just started my whole gym journey and everything. No, actually that's a lie. I started my gym journey like summer of 2021, but I was consistent, but at the same time I wasn't like overly consistent. But 2022 I had a new exercise plan I wanted to do, and I also was going to eat right, but I did not fully eat right. So I would say that I achieved half of it, because I did go to the gym regularly, and going to the gym is not it. You have to also, or going to the gym rather, is not everything. You also have to eat well, because then you would not see the results. So I think I would have actually seen more results if I actually ate well. But at the same time, I'm like encouraging myself, because it is obviously not an easy thing to just drop everything you always eat and then basically go to a new food plan. That is not easy. And also to find a food plan, because I am a picky eater. If there's one thing you should know about me, that is what most people know about me. I am a picky eater. So having to eat veg and all these things is actually quite difficult for me. Like, even though I tell myself your body needs this, it's like the texture of the food is what my brain just says no, we do not like this. But eating healthy and exercise. Eating healthy was not checked last year. That goal was not achieved, but exercise was achieved. And read my Bible and pray every day was my third. Well, I would say that did not get achieved. Every day it did not get achieved. But praying, I did cultivate the habit of praying in the morning and in the evening. Before, I used to pray like just at night, and then I ended up sleeping. But now I like pray in the morning before I go out, and then pray when I come back home. And that's been going good. And then reading my Bible, that did not go so well last year. But this year I found that like the reason why I wasn't able to achieve that goal was mainly because I did not have a time for it. So it was basically like what I feel like when I feel like, then I'll read it, but that is not a plan. So this year, to achieve that goal, which is also one of my goals for this year, to read my Bible every day, I set a period when I have to read it, and it's been going well. I've been able to achieve that. I will say, like, during exam seasons, I kind of stopped reading my Bible for that while, because I said when I want to read the Bible, I don't want to read it like because I have to read it. I want to read it and understand what I'm reading. And I know if I was going to read it at that point, I would just rush through it and not get any information into my head. So and then upload regularly. Well, we both know that plan. Like, upload, my fourth goal is the fourth one. The fourth one was to upload regularly on YouTube. That did not go so well. I would say there were just like months where I was able to upload, and then it was like I kept quiet for 2 weeks, and then like when the assignment comes in, when the coursework comes in, when work comes in, then I'm like, during summer it was much more easier because I was just working and there was no school. But I plan to also upload regularly this year, yes, hopefully, and then save more. No, I did not achieve that goal last year. I would say like the money I saved before I came into uni, because I had a gap year, and then I was working full-time during that gap year before I resumed for my first year of uni. So that money did serve me for a very long time. So I did not end up working so much at all. Like I barely worked last year. I'm not even kidding you. Like right now, the last time I've had a proper job, not like a stadium one-off jobs, which is what I do now, it has been September. Yeah, that was the last time I went to like my regular job in London. So it's like I am just relaxing. I just work throughout summer, which is one thing I'm trying not to do this summer, because the plan is to travel. Okay, so yes, I don't think I saved more last year because I did not work properly to save more. Travel, yeah, that did not work. Travel, I planned to travel last year, but that did not work, and because of money, like I said, I did not work as much as I needed to, and I was just relaxed in my room being like, oh my gosh, I'm in uni, I don't want to study and work. But well, I have to do that because I do want to travel this year, and therefore I have to work. Yeah, this is a necessary evil, unfortunately. So the next goal was to read books that builds me into a better version of myself. I did find a book, but I did not make a plan to read it. So it was almost like when I felt like I just picked up the book and I read it. I took the book from my mom. I didn't steal it, or maybe I did, but I basically just took it because she wasn't reading it. And the name of the book is The Chimp Paradox. I'm going to put a picture somewhere on the screen. It is an amazing book, and I actually would advise everyone to read it because it teaches you about your emotions. Like so many things about this book where I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I never behaved that way in that situation. And this book basically explains it to me, and it just makes me feel better because I'm like, okay, I know that there are two things in my head and two systems in my head that are in control, and I just have to manage one to achieve my goals and things like that. And this book will actually help you achieve your goal. I'm not saying you should get it. You can get it if you want to, but I'm just saying I have been reading it and it's been amazing to just explaining how you behave, which is one reason why I study psychology. Just being able to understand myself and how I behave, and also understanding people, and these things help me to stop judging people immediately and just basically think of reasons why they had the way they are. So the next goal was different source of income. Well, that did not work out because first of all, I didn't even find a job. The only job I was doing, or the only job I'm still doing, is like the stadium one-off jobs I see on the website. So yes, I did not get a different source of income, unfortunately. And then the next goal, so that goal was not achieved. So the next goal was makeup. I'm sorry, but as you can see, I have improved in that aspect, so I can give myself a thumbs up for that goal because yay, I did achieve it. Like, it is not the best makeup, but I'm going to show you a picture of I'm actually going to just put the video up or the link below so that you guys can see where I started from. We started from the bottom. And right now we are getting to the top. Like, I still see some makeup and I'm like, wow, that right there is just artistic, because I don't know when I will get to that level, but at least I can make a minimal, or I can do a minimal makeup that I can wear to like parties or just a birthday dinner somewhere. This eyebrow is a bit different. I did not actually draw my eyebrow. I haven't learned how to do that. So that is one goal for this year about makeup, but I did achieve my makeup look, which was like, my makeup goal, like learning how to make up the goal. I did achieve it. Going out more, I would say that I did go out more, but I began to go out more during my second year of uni. So yeah, so if I start from 2022 January, I would say I did not really go out more until summer I didn't go out at all. It was like everyone was either working or traveling. I was like, how am I in London? Because when I'm in Cardiff, I'm seeing so many places, like TikTok is showing me so many places or so many things to do in London. And then I got to London with all these plans, and then it was like no one was available. So no, I did not achieve that goal. But when it was second year, I would say I did achieve, like I did go out more, but at the same time I spent most of my time in the library. So this year I'm trying not to do that. So I'm trying to, like, in between lectures and reading, I also want to go out, like not just to parties. No, I'm getting tired of parties, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm just getting older, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm tired of parties. I want something more. So like pottery, like painting, like carpet making, there's just things I have to go to, and then people, because I don't want to go alone, so I also need to find people and then schedule and all those things. Those are the things that hinder me from going out. Only if I go for like a solo outing, which is kind of boring, but which I still plan to do because that is a form of self-care. So yeah, I did not achieve my goal of going out more. And then I said dancing. I said I was going to find a dancing group. I did not do that. I did go to one dancing class, and I basically felt too distant to leave. I was just like too shy. I was too shy to dance and to like express myself. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave. I'm not gonna come back. Like I stayed to the end of the class, and it was actually quite interesting, but I was like, yeah, but I think I am going to actually go back to the classes because now I live closer to the city center, so I'm like close to everywhere. Before last year, like my first year of uni, my accommodation was so far away from everything else. So now that I am closer to the city center, I should actually do it. So hopefully I get to do it. And then driving, yeah, that did not work out. The money for the driving test, and like I said, I wasn't working, so there was no money for no driving test of £30 per hour or something. I'm just going to go to my brother or someone in my family will teach me how to drive, and then I will do the required hours that I need to do, and then get my driving license. Learn how to ice skate, please. I think I was just dreaming too big at that point to learn how to ice skate. I did not even think of that. Winter came, winter went. I did not go to Winter Wonderland. Can you believe it? I did not go to the one in London. I did not go to the one in Cardiff because I kept on calling. I'm like, who is available? Everyone, when I was at, also, I think I kept it too late because I thought my friends were going to go. And then, actually, I would say I do not have friends in Cardiff. I do have one of them, she's on placement, so it's like there's no point. And then other people is like, I know them, but we are not like super duper close. So it's like when I told them that, okay, let's go to Winter Wonderland, most people, it was like towards the break time, so most people were like traveling home or about to travel home, and so I didn't go. And then when I went back to London, I went to London like Christmas because I was just studying, and then it was Christmas. I went on the 24th to London and then came back, and still there was no one available because people were with their families and everything. So yeah, I did want to go, but I had no one to go with. So learn how to ice skate, that did not happen. Weightlifting, yeah, I was meant to join a club because we have a weightlifting club in Cardiff, and I don't know, I think I just forgot, or I was just like, nah, I'm just going to stick with my exercises for now. But weightlifting is still not in my plan for this year, so I will see how it goes actually, and see if I really want it, because then I was so hyped about weightlifting. So I am going to put a list somewhere on the screen about all the goals I have for this year. But the main goals I have for this year is 1, God, 2, self-care, and that is it. Like, those are one of my main goals, but I have other goals which I do not wish to share. So 1, God. So I want to build a closer relationship with God this year. I want to be able to hear from him and things like that. So one of the things I'm doing is reading my Bible every day, reading a devotional, and like listening to more gospel songs. And yeah, I just find them, so basically all the gospel songs that I've had from my childhood, I'm bringing everything back to my playlist and just enjoying them and enjoying the sentiments that comes with them, because I'm the type of person that when I listen to a music, I remember the first time I heard that music and everything like that. I would like to say sorry for the background noise because right now I'm in front of my window making a video, so I think the sound from my window would be coming into this video. So another thing I'm doing is reading a devotional. I got the devotional from church. I was gifted it when I did one Bible quiz like that, which I did not win, but that's by the way. So I basically just read it and read it for like 5 minutes in the morning. It literally takes like 5 minutes, and then do the prayers, and that is it. I'm done. And then I do, of course, my morning prayer, then devotional, and then I am set for the day and stuff like that. And then for self-care, things that I do want to do this year is one, take care of my body, learn about my natural hair like styles. This is my hairstyle for my natural hair. This is literally what I do most of the time. Like if you follow me on any social media, this is, especially Snapchat, this is literally my hairstyle. But this year I want to learn more about my hair. I want to learn more about my skin. I still do have like pimples and stuff like that. I just want to learn how to manage it. I want to learn how my body reacts to different foods, because some food just makes me feel bloated and some are just like okay. And then also taking care of my skin, like, you know, exfoliating. Yes, I got the word. I always struggle with that word. I don't know why. So doing like your body scrub and everything, going to the spa, you know, just putting myself first in situations, loving myself, things like that, loving every part of my body, things like that are what I like. Those are my goals for this year. And one step that I'm using is basically I made a day that I want to do it. So I made the day Friday night. That is when I do my whole shaving, scrubbing, toenails, everything, blah blah blah, and just to feel afresh. And I don't know, I just love it. I love the feeling and just going to bed and it's like my body feels fresh. I like that. So yeah, that is what I plan to do this year. God and me. Like that, me and God, self-care and everything. Also, part of self-care is going to be reading a self-improving book, which I already started and I already made a plan when to read it. So now let's get into how you can achieve your goals. The first thing I'm going to say that has helped me achieve the reading part of my goals is to make a plan. When am I going to do it? At what time am I going to do it? How long am I going to do it? How many pages am I going to read? Things like that. So for example, I would say I wake up in the morning. This is my plan. I wake up in the morning, the sun is rising. I don't know why I did that, but anyways, I wake up in the morning and then the first thing I do is obviously pray, and then I do this exercise for my stomach. It is called a vacuum. If you haven't heard about it, check it out. It helps with your waist and it actually helps with my bowels. I don't know, it's a weird thing, but when I do it, it's like I can feel my stomach. Like, just check it out. It is called vacuum. And then after that, then I pick up my devotional and I read my devotional. And then when I read my devotionals, then I read the Chimp, which is a self-improvement book, and that is it, literally. So I've found out that when I make a plan for something, it makes it easier to achieve. So to achieve your goals, especially reading, I would say the first thing is to set the time for when you want to do stuff. So in the morning I read devotional, at night I read my Bible, because I realized that if I read my Bible in the morning, there are mornings where I am going to be busy, so I probably would skip it. And once you break a habit, it is just so much easier to keep on skipping the next day. So I made sure that when I made the plan about reading my Bible and reading a book in the morning, I made sure I could continue that exercise once lecture starts, because I started this like end of last year coming into the new year. So I was like, when my lecture starts and can I actually continue doing this? And yes, so you want to go to the gym, you want to, I don't know, eat healthy, everything is all about making a plan. Make a food plan, make a time, like what time do I want to go to the gym? Do I want to go in the morning, in the evening? I prefer going in the morning and just getting it done and over with, because when I do it in the evening, I can change my mind and be like, oh, I'm so tired, I've done so much work throughout the day, so let's just rest today. So yeah, I prefer doing it in the morning before I start anything else. And yes, waking up very early in the morning, like 5 a.m. do make me tired like 12 o'clock, or then at 12 o'clock then I have a power nap, like a 10-minute nap, and by the time I wake up I literally feel better and like energy just rushes into my body. Yeah. And of course, to remind you when you have to do things, set reminders. So set Bible reading. I set the time for Bible reading, time for everything, so that in case I am busy, I basically have something to remind me. But once it becomes a pattern, then it is much more easier to remember anyways. But at the beginning, at the start, set a reminder. So I have things I plan to do, or things I plan to start, and I already set, and like I already picked out the time of the day I want to do them, and then like how long I want to do it for. Like one example for example I said one example for example one example is learning Procreate. So Procreate is the designing app. So I just want to learn it because I love designing, and I'm like, you know what, let me just make this a hobby. So I plan to do that like every day for at least 30 minutes, and I already picked out the time, already set my reminder, and it's just going to make me know that that time is basically for me to relax, to learn, and just enjoy what I am doing. So just make sure when you write down your plans, I hope you've written down your plans, because it makes it much more easier for you to go to your notes and be like, this is what I want to achieve this year. I made a vision board, which I am yet to print out, but I will print it out. But the main thing I did was, first of all, write down my goals. Instead of being like, oh, I'll remember, write it down. And then I go back to it and make a plan on how I want to achieve it. You don't have to do everything like in one day, like making a plan, making your goals. I don't think you have to do it. I like having a break in between stuff, because then I can be like, oh, maybe I can do this at this time, because like I just think about it and like just continue thinking about it, like, is it going to work? So I don't sit down one day and make everything. No, I basically take my time to make it and be like, okay, in the morning I have this, at night I have this, what time can I fix this new goal into? Also, it is not too late to write down your goals and make a plan for it. So write down the goals, make a plan for it, and achieve those goals. Make a plan and do the action, not just say, oh, I'm going to do this at this time, and then when the time comes, it's like, oh, let me do it tomorrow. Do not procrastinate. Please do not procrastinate, because you cannot form a habit by procrastinating. You need to form a habit and make it part of yourself, and procrastinating will basically hinder you from doing that. Okay guys, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week I am going to be uploading an openly video, because I basically recorded it last year and I was meant to upload it last year, but I did not end up uploading it. So I am going to upload it this year. And also, if you guys have any requests, please tell me in the comment section. You will just make my job slightly easy, because then I don't have to think so much about what to create for you guys, and I will just create what you want to watch instead. Yeah, see you next week.